Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and in the dystopian reality that we live in, one of the most powerful tech, military industrial, media industrial complex companies in the world, if not the most powerful, I would say you could call Google that if you want to say Alphabet and all of its subsidiaries. Hard to argue. Google's kind of the face of all these projects. And it's hard to believe that that company actually has an internal document that has now been leaked to Project Veritas called The Beginner's Guide to Protesting, How to Guide, What to Expect, and How You Can Help. You see, the most powerful corporation in the world that helps track, trace, and database your movements, build artificial intelligence for the military, is involved with NASA and quantum computing, is going to instruct you who work for Google how you should protest. And it's almost cartoonish, but it's only 3 pages long, so I'm going to let everybody decide. We're going to read the entire document.
We have the documents, folks. They're here. They've been leaked. My sources say they're real.
They are real, okay? And Project Veritas, I think they were kicked off 4 major platforms. The video of them exposing internal workers at Google talking about never letting a Trump situation happen again. So let's just get to it. We've already read the headline. It's about as ridiculous as it gets. The purpose of this document is to create a living document to assemble best practices. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever worked for a soul-crushing corporation, but I have. And when you get these things and you hear about best practices and you sit in a room with everybody and you talk about team and yada, 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 it's hurtful. It's not the best practice. So assemble best practices and ensure everyone feels comfortable and pumped about resist at google.com marches and protests. Yeah, Google, let's protest for you and your interests. Please contribute to a plus comment on this document at will. Don't feel comfortable or want to help? Reach out. Resist at google.com. So it's got the quick references. Don't worry. We're going to know what to bring, what the do's and don'ts are. Know your rights at a protest. Expert's Guide to Chanting. Listen, they give bullet points on what to say. I mean, what signs to bring, how to engage the media. We're gonna get into all of it. I mean, this is cartoon level shit. Protesting is an important part of democracy. And it's important to remember that it's a proven method of enacting civil change. So again, on behalf of Google, you'll be protesting at these events to enact civil change. Excuse me. You're exercising your rights by participating. And while it's energized to be surrounded by people united by a common cause, it's more enjoyable and safer when you come prepared, especially if you've never participated in a protest. It can be daunting. Pretty tough to get out there and speak your mind. This guide is meant to help you have an effective, safe, and fun time. You know, because protests are supposed to be fun. Let me tell you something. If it's gotten to the point, like on the 5th anniversary of 9/11, when we had like 5,000 to 10,000 people out there protest, that was not fun for me. It felt good to do it, to gather those people. It's an emotional experience. You should believe in what you're saying. It shouldn't be coming from a corporate fucking memo. I mean, my God. This is unbelievable. You should leave feeling positive and maybe tired. Check out examples of protest movements which successfully forced real change. Women's suffrage, Susan B. Anthony. Marriage equality, Harvey Milk. Civil rights, MLK Jr. Labor movements, Knights of Labor. Boston Tea Party, and more. Smiley face. They put the Boston Tea Party on here. How out of touch are these people? A few quick reminders. To protest is about the cause. Be energetic, make noise, participate in chants, carry a sign, invite others. even if they don't work for Google. Please recruit your friends to regurgitate our bullshit on behalf of our megalithic corporation. Because these aren't about the protests, okay, that went on about their AI and drone program. Many people quit. Supposedly, Google folded, but I mean, if you don't think that just goes into black projects, or they just rename the program and they don't let you know it's for the military, I find it hard to believe that Google just backed right off that big military industrial complex program. Oh, they work with NASA and D-Wave? Oh, they've been doing that since 2017? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. They did. Uh-huh. Okay. But we should protest on behalf of them. That's totally, and recruit your friends. It's crazy. And you know what? Again, this isn't really showing me a conservative bias. This shows me a mega corporation trying to project their will by using their employees for their political causes. Let's see. Where are we at? Media might be present, so smile. Get your hair done. Hey, don't look like a fucking slob. Oh my God, I gotta tell you, when I go to a protest, as when I do this show, it's pretty much how I feel. Maybe if I have a t-shirt with a message or that's thought-provoking, I might put that on. But I certainly don't doll myself up to go to a protest. This shit is lunacy. This is how out of touch these people are. The media might be there. Make sure you look awesome. Make sure you've got your game face on. Nobody wants to be bored protester checking their phone on Twitter. Yeah, okay, well, I hate to tell you, it's 2019, and I haven't been to a large-scale protest in a while, but I bet you that's happening a lot. What to bring, clothing and attire. Weather-appropriate clothes, marchings warm you up, but it still might be cold. Comfortable shoes, you'll be marching. Sunglasses if it's sunny. By the way, if it's a real protest, guys, yeah, you probably want big sunglasses just in case you get pelted with something in the eye. Some people actually wear goggles if you're getting dangerous and going to the yellow vest, like Luke did for We Are Change so many times over. But I guess, these are cookie cutter protests. These are corporate protests. These probably have, some pretty big left-leaning money behind them protests, and they're not the real deal. Bring your sunglasses, get your hair done. I mean, what kind of bullshit is this? Other stuff. Water. You'll be chanting, shouting, and walking around outside. Food. Bringing a snack will help you keep your energy up and make sure you're fired up for the right reasons and not just hangry. They put hangry in a document. It's not a Snickers commercial, guys. I mean, is this how they speak? I would feel like if I got this, I was literally being treated like an automatous child being told that, Santa Claus will bring me more gifts if I do what he says. This is like ridiculous. A sign, feel free to make your own, but you don't need one to participate. Really? I don't need to well, thanks for not making that mandatory. Now, here are their ideas. Ideas for signage include no Muslim ban, no wall, don't be evil. Really? That's ballsy. Refugees welcome, immigrants welcome, make America welcoming again. No, that's not. None of those are jabs at Trump, by the way. I'm sure. Googlers unite. Resist. Never again. No ban, no wall. This is not who we are. And Muslims cure cancer. Again, this is not a cartoon. Get ready to print signs from Go Welcome Signs or this drive folder. You see that? They provide the signs for these employees. You just go, you clicked on the link, print away. Energy. See the Expert's Guide to Chanting for more. There's more of these documents. The Expert's Guide to Chanting. Oh my God. The do's and don'ts. Here we go. Now, this is like the media engagement stuff. It's pretty ridiculous. Have a plan, at least a rough idea of where you're going and what you're doing. Really? Do you think you might want to have a rough idea of what the fuck you're doing at a protest? Bring a friend. Buddying up is good, and it's a way to stay safe. It makes the debrief after more fun. There's a debrief after. Oh, lovely. Debrief afterwards with resistedgoogle.com. What went well? What didn't? How can we improve things for the next time? Talk to the press. Here it is. Talk to the press and express your views. Remember, your views are not necessarily the views of the company or even those around you, but good inspiration can be the signs around you. What are you talking about? You're telling people what to do here. You're giving them signs to print. You just listed off a bunch of things to chant and put on signs. What your views aren't Google's views? Whose views are they? If you're putting these protests together, if you're uncomfortable talking to the press, then don't. Be aware of the situation and your surroundings. It's okay to leave. Don't feel pressure to do something or be somewhere you don't want to. Again, are we children? I mean, I feel like I'm talking to like a fourth grader. Know your rights, the don'ts. No violence. Really? You mean I can't roll up and punch somebody in the fucking face? Thank you, Google. That is good to know. No shouting obscenities. We wouldn't want to look bad. We're as PC as it gets. Don't escalate. Keep your responses to any opposition or unexpected reactions in check. Be as docile as possible. You're a good little sheep that's obeyed this memo so far. Don't ruin it. Emotions can run high, and keeping your awareness about how you feel will make. I'm sorry. Maybe I misspoke there. Emotions can run high, and keeping your awareness about how you feel will make. That's weird. Remember, if you're a person with relative privilege in a protest, that's right. If you're privileged, can you imagine this? Now we're segregating employees based on their past privilege. I hate that term. Avoid escalating. Let me translate that for you. If you're a rich white person, don't disagree with anybody of color. Just walk away. You're not allowed to have a brain. You might unintentionally put less privileged people in higher risk situations. That's some bullshit. Don't feel obligated to stop at crosswalks. Be careful. But the point is to disrupt. Come on, you can disrupt. And a crosswalk can split up the group when it's large. No dangerous routes, even if it's on the route. Watch out for the construction, heavy traffic, and be aware of your surroundings. Don't leave trash, really. Be a human being. Wow, thank you, Google. Signs, water, and other materials that make for a good protest also could make a lot of trash. Be sure to take your litter with you and avoid leaving the protest sign a mess. That's not the impression we want to leave. I can't believe it that, let me tell you what they got wrong here. Not only about everything, the first thing you do when you go to one of these things all day, and especially I do when I'm filming, but anybody should do, is you bring a backpack. That's how you put everything there. They didn't even talk about a backpack. Of course, you bring a bunch of water, you bring your supplies, personally, food, I don't really have time to eat. I can just run on the real adrenaline because if I'm at a protest, I actually want to be there. It's not for some corporate shilling or to come up in the company that's clearly biased and telling these people what to do and think. I mean, this document is incredible. This should be front page on every newspaper, okay? Like a top story on every single network. It shouldn't matter between CNN and Fox News and all that. Fox News is probably the only ones really talking about this, Tucker Carlson in particular. But this is the real deal. Look at these documents. This is insane. This company is worth so much money, and now they're going to have their automaton employees protest for them. And these are internal documents telling you how to do it. Also, remember that stuffing trash cans with protest signs after the event makes for a sad photo op. So just take it with you. Know your rights. Here are a few resources. They give you ACLU on protester rights, National Lawyer Guide for dealing with law enforcement. Thank you, KM, Google Skynet, Amazon WAPO, Ministry of Truth. You forgot about the NSA storage deal with Amazon and their, I believe it's Blue Origin, his space program. So yeah, again, more government collusion over there. But let's continue with this because here's the expert's guide to chanting. There's nothing more sad than when a protest looks like a quiet group of folks hobbling through the streets holding a few rolled up signs. So do the opposite. Be energetic, clap your hands, make noise, chant with the chanting, and participate with enthusiasm. You can smile and enjoy the camaraderie, but also remember that this is a protest, so it isn't the same thing as hanging out with your friends. Really? Like, This is like Fisher Price, my first protest. And by the way, we're going to tell you what to protest, how to protest, and here's our chanting guide. What is this? The group assembled for a reason. Be that badass photo shouting that they can believe in. Not that person checking your phone looking bored. Really, or worried they're going to check that phone too much, huh? That's the second warning. Huh? Yeah. Many chants are call and response. This is to keep people in sync and also has built-in rest breaks. Oh, you get a rest break. Thank you. Do I get a snack and a cookie too? Is that what I get, Google? Thank you. Meaning you can chant longer and louder. If you're calling, call into the crowd. You're a minority, and it's the crowd that needs to hear you. The response is aimed outwards. Example chants. Here they are. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. Oh, hey, oh, that Muslim ban has got to go. Oh, hey, oh, I mean, this is... No ban, no wall. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what fascism looks like. It doesn't, this is not what democracy looks like. This is a corporation heavily involved in the government that is putting out internal memos and telling people how to think and protest. With a Fisher Price, my first guide to protesting. Telling them what to say, giving them signs to download. No ban, no wall, sanctuary for all. No ban, no wall, America's for all. No hate, no fear, refugees are welcome here. No hate, no fear, immigrants are welcome here. From Palestine to Mexico, all the walls have got to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring your rich, bring your poor. 5, 6, 7, 8. No more fear, no more hate. So about as generic as you can get. About as one world as you can get. And this is just crazy. Guys, I really didn't get to read any of the comments, obviously, because I was just rattling that off. I thank you guys so much for joining me. If you're new to the channel, we've gotten a little bit of a exposure from doing the Tinfoil Hat podcast. If you haven't seen that, it was really fun to do. XG over here, and then Sam Tripoli, obviously. I'm in the middle via Skype, but had real fun doing it. Go check that out. I'm putting out 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos a day. We're going to start cranking them out today. This is just one of many, and as you know, I'm doing this on my own, so we are running a GoFundMe. We're going to do it every month. About the middle of the month, I'll be putting up a new one. We're about halfway through this one. So, hey, guys, I need your support. I really appreciate all those who have supported. Remember, this is a military-industrial complex working with the government in all sorts of technology, but we're not going to protest them. We're going to have our employees protest for us. This is 2019. This is a reality. This is a show about right and wrong that calls out both sides. It's not about left and right. It's not about conservative or liberal. If you like real news, please join the Burmist Brigade. Subscribe now. Share this on the internet. You know the deal. I'll see you on the flip side. Thank you, guys.